Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you. Shalom. Hotep. Assalamu Allah. Peace to the gods and goddesses. Whatever way you want to say it. We're talking unity in this day and time. I'm your brother in the struggle for peace, truth, freedom, justice, and equality. Brother Minister Alifullah. Today, I would like to share with you some of the life-giving teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad about food and the proper time that we should eat that food. And when we say food, according to How to Live, book number 1 in 1967, which I have right here, as well as book number 2 in 1972, which I have right here. Messenger Elijah Muhammad teaches us that there's two types or prototypes of food: mental food and physical food. We need that mayat, or that balance between the two, family. So I'm going to open up with a verse from the Bible. I could have opened up with a verse from the Quran, but most of our people, the so-called African Americans, are more familiar with the Bible than they are the Holy Quran. And those that are familiar with the Bible, they really don't know the historicity or the spiritual reality of the Bible. They know the history of the Bible. They know the organized religion of the Bible. So they follow their preachers instead of the poor righteous teachers. They prefer big numbers, big mega churches, lots of fiat money, the pump and the glitter, the fame and the wealth that goes along with organized religion. They take inspiration over information. I'm not surprised. Many of you in the public are surprised, but I am absolutely not surprised. We have been preparing for this before any of us were physically born. So we're not in the mindset that we can lose. We won before we even started. So let's go into this. How to eat with time. The Bible teaches us, in a meaning, humanity ate angels' food. God sent them unlimited food. You'll find that in your Bible in the book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse number 25. Think that over. Humanity ate angels' food. God sent them unlimited food. Bible, Psalms chapter 78, verse 25. The Holy Quran teaches us, O you who believe. Sawmi, which is the Arabic word for fasting, is prescribed for you, as it was prescribed in ancient times, so that you may remain conscious. That's in your Quran, in Surah or chapter 2, ayat or verse 185. The messenger goes on in the holy, and I want you to understand, when I say holy, the prefix holy that I apply to this is not in the context of it's some holy book, some spooky holy book revealed from God and all that kind of stuff. No, because human beings are greedy. They're selfish, they're envious, they're jealous. Meaning after Messenger Elijah Muhammad physically died, I know a lot of y'all think he's still physically alive, soon to return. I heard that since the 1983. Specifically, he's supposed to came back in 1985, but that's another subject. We're not going to get into that. Not today. But Messenger Elijah Muhammad's teachings is such that he explained to us and how to live. Leave my teachings as it is. You know what I mean? He explained to us that after he is gone, the Nation of Islam would continue. And he explained to us in the divine sayings that the Nation of Islam is not universal, because if it was universal, he said, I would not be preaching. He said, but it's going to become universal. He's talking about in the future. And in 1972, when Elijah meets the press, they questioned him like, okay, Mr. Muhammad, after you are gone, how will the Nation of Islam continue? He explained that it will be continued like, y'all continue y'all founding fathers thing. How did the early founding fathers and mothers continue their pioneers civilization for what we know today as the wilderness of North America? They made the U.S. Constitution the supreme law of the land. In the Nation of Islam, the supreme law of the land is the restricted laws of Islam. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad explained to us in 1972 when Elijah meets the press, he said, not me, not you, but all of us, we would be gods over our own homes. He said, they asked him specifically, they said, will it be run by a local mosque? And he explained to him, no. He explained to him, after this, we talking about a divine government being established. Point number 12, what the Muslims want and believe, that's in every Muhammad speaks in every final call or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? There may be a few exceptions out there. Who knows? But basically, the message in this age of messes that Master Fard Muhammad, the supreme law God who came in the person, would establish a universal government wherein you would become conscious of the knowledge of yourself. You wouldn't have to put your head on the wall of Jerusalem. You would not have to put your lips on a black meteorite in the Kaaba. You will not have to face the east or the west and bow down to some spooking spirit mystery god. You will not have to burn fires and burn candles to saints and all these 4,000 various pseudo-scientific mystery gods that's out there. It'll be real simple. I know and you know, ain't no mystery God ever came and paid none of your bills. Ain't no mystery God ever came and paid any of your bills. Ain't no mystery God came and healed you, saved you, that will save you. But if you have the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding, the determined idea, if you bring your actions up to par with your thinking, you can do anything that you put your mind to. Now, of course, the Holy Quran teaches us in chapter 29 that, oh, you believe. Do you think that you will be left alone on saying you believe and that you will not be tested? And indeed, we, talking about the 24 scientists, we, not I, but we tried or tested those before you, and we will test those after you so that we will know, have our language. We don't care about belief and faith. No, we want to know how strong you is, God, how strong you is, God. Is you serious about this? So we will know the ones who are truthful, and we will know the liars. So the messenger says, and I quote him, and you should try, meaning your niyat or your intention should be, sometimes you're going to fall off the wagon. Sometimes you're going to pig out, get greedy, whatever. You're going to slip up. That's human nature. Why? That's human nature. The Bible teaches us what? The soul is willing, but our flesh is weak. I would say our flesh is so weak. That don't mean that we don't have a determined idea. That don't mean that we're not sincere. But the beauty of Allah is this. If you take one step to Allah, He take 10 steps towards you. That's how the universal atoms of protons or positive forces are structured against the electrons or negative forces in our universe. Now, you got the 85%, the mass, that's just neutral. They're neither this nor that. They on the fence. Like, I don't know if I should go with Trump or Biden. I don't know what to do. Why don't you do for self? Why don't you take and vote for yourself? because you're mentally dead. You're spooked out your mind. Let me get back to the subject here about this. When we should eat. The messenger said, and I quote him, and you should try to eat at the same hour tomorrow as you eat today. Do not change your meal hours if you can help it. By Elijah Muhammad, first, last, and only messenger of Allah Sakim, meaning in person. The Holy How to Eat to Live, Book 1, page 22, published in 1967. The messenger goes on, and I quote him, for good health and long life, God in the person of Master Fard Muhammad taught me that we should eat one meal a day. And it should be 24 hours from the last meal. If we eat one meal once every day at 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock, whatever is the best hour for your meal, then wait until that hour comes again before eating. Again, quote by Elijah Muhammad, the first, last, and only messenger Sakim in person of al-Maliki, that's Arabic for the master, Fard Muhammad, to whom all praises are due forever. Quoted from How to Eat to Live, Book 2, page 85, published in 1972. So he said eat between 4 and 6 p.m. 4 and 6. That's 4, 5, or 6 p.m. in the evening. Now, I want you to know, I've been a minister in Messenger Elijah Muhammad's teachings for over 40 years to date. And, I'm a man in every sense of the word. I'm a human being in I got every strength and every weakness of human beings. All right. I don't come before you as no holy man. I don't claim to be some pseudoscientist like I know it all. I'm saying I learn each and every day in each and every way. I learn from Black people, white people, Christians, Muslims, cartoons, gangster movies, the news, the president, the unlettered person, the homeless. It doesn't make a difference. I'm willing to submit my individual will to the collective will of our people. And you simply take the best parts. You reject all the spooky nonsense. I got nonsense, you got nonsense. It's like you never follow anyone blindly. And this is part of the problem with humanity today. We are so spooked out our minds. We like, if it's not about Jesus, I don't even want to listen to it. If it's not about Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Rasulullah, if it's not in the Hadith, I don't listen to Jews. I can't stand the Jews. The Jews be like, I don't want to talk to the Muslims and the Muslims. I don't want to talk to the atheists and the blacks. I don't want to talk to the whites and the whites be, I don't want to talk to the poor. The poor be like, I don't want to talk to the rich. And this Jacob's law of divide and conquer got the whole world spooked out their minds. And the elite, the 1%, the 10%, the rich, the slave makers of the poor are laughing all the way to their own bank. And they're going to continue to keep you blind, deaf, and dumb, so-called conscious people in bondage until we finally organize and wake up. All right? So here the messenger teaches us that we should eat between 4 and 6 p.m. Now, about 20 or 30 years ago, I wrote this book called The Angel's Diet, about 400 pages. I want to just give you some excerpts from it as it relates to the messenger's time frame of 4 to 6 p.m. and how it works in the universal order of things. See, we live in a universe. We got a sun 93 million miles away from the planet Earth, or 150 million kilometers. We live on a planet that's 24,896 miles in circumference. It's called Asia, or the world. I mean, we're called Asiatics. Atik or Ati means tribe or member. We say Asiatic because we're saying we're world members. We are saying we're humans, meaning that humanity or hue means color. What is the base of all colors? All you got to do is if you take some white paint, mix it with some red paint, mix with some yellow paint, some green paint, some blue paint, some purple, you're going to get black. Black is the base from which all colors derive from. We're talking about 4 p.m. in the winter. Next time it's snowing outside and it's wintertime, go outside and go to the Dollar Tree or something. Go to the dollar store or Walmart or something and get you a black piece of paper and a white piece of paper. Put the black piece of paper on top of the snow and then put the white piece of paper on top of the snow. What's going to happen? The black piece of paper, scientifically, naturally, miraculously, mathematically, in my opinion, is going to absorb more sunlight than that white piece of paper. The white piece of paper is going to reflect the sunlight, and it's going to be on top of the snow. That black piece of paper that's right next to it is going to absorb the sunlight, and it's going to sink down into the snow. This is an experiment that you can try anytime you want in the wintertime. So the messenger teaching us that we should eat between 4 and 6 p.m., he's showing us that time is created by motion. See, the ancient Kemites or the Egyptians, they would put sand inside of an hourglass, but the hourglass itself is made of sand. See, there's various elements on the earth. Like you could take a rock and you put it in the fire and you can extract tin, you can extract iron, aluminum, what have you. All right. The metals of the earth, the guns, the knives, all of that stuff, the ships, the skyscrapers you see downtown, all come from out of the rocks of Mother Nature. Sand. Regular sand, like if you ever been to the beach and seen sand, you see sand is everywhere. Like you see the water, the ocean splashing onto the sand. Know what I mean? The sun is out. Know what I mean? It's low tide. Then when the moon come out, the water rises up and comes up even further. Now, this is showing you that the entire universe is alive. Everything is interrelated, family. See what I'm saying? In our DNA is what? Dominant and recessive genes. There's a black germ and a brown germ. In the DNA, in the tip of our finger, let me see, can I get the tip of my finger on here? Okay, here you go. In the tip of the black man's finger, there are black people, brown people, yellow people, red people, albino people, and white people. You could take and pull one of these black hairs, take the black pupil of your eyeball, the black eyebrow off your eyebrow. You see? You could pick a black pubic hair from under your arm or what have you. I ain't going to go too deep on y'all. Know what I mean? But people are so much into organized religion. They define black according to Noah Webster's dictionary. Noah Webster just lived in the 1700s, family. 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million, a billion, a trillion years before Noah Webster was built. Black people had their own dictionaries and lexicons. They defined black in a positive sense. They was like, yo, y'all don't know brown sugar is richer than white sugar? Y'all don't understand that the blacker the berry, as Tupac put it, the sweeter the juice? That the black pearl is more valuable than the white pearl? That the black diamond is more valuable than a white diamond? Y'all didn't understand that the melanin in your being, the carbon atom, the black atom, the dark matter that encompasses everything in our universe, that you started out in pure darkness and blackness in your mother's womb, the Umi, that you started in the blackness of your father and your Abu, that when everything is said and done, me, you, every tree, every turtle, every worm, every bird, everything in creation is going to go right back where? Into pure blackness. It's going to die. What is death? Pure blackness. Now, the colonizers made you think that darkness or blackness was something evil. And you base your life and your struggles on your oppressor's definition of yourself. But Elijah Muhammad said what? He said, the original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. Let me say that one more time. The original man is the Asiatic black man. Yes, we love Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Yes, we love the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. Yes, we love Father Love. They're all correct. Yes, we put nationality first. We say the Asiatic black man. Then we say black. Asiatic, then we say black family. It's nothing spooky whatsoever.